Hello and welcome, Reds, to another episode of Anfield Rod TV. Hope you're all well, Reds. If you're watching on the repeat as well, do get involved in the comment section below, as always, Reds. Hope you're all well. Liverpool going into a very much needed win anyway. Hopefully it's not a repeat of all those years ago of a Dirk Kuyt goal and Barnsley beating us. Obviously 2-1 Barnsley all those years ago. I think what year was that? 20. I'll quickly get it up anyway, but yeah, hopefully it's not a repeat of that this evening anyway. We'll be speaking about a little bit about Conor Bradley's injury as well, what that will mean for the Liverpool squad, for himself, and very, very much where does it leave Liverpool in respect to being depleted in terms of another player going down injured. And it's just very disappointing to see Conor. He's cursed, isn't he? Sadly. Hopefully his luck in the future certainly does improve, but I think the only positive really is that obviously he's still a young player. There's a long way to go, and obviously Joe Gomez decimated with injuries in his Liverpool career, but to a point where Conor, hopefully everything goes right and as possible. And in the future, you can very much come back fitter, much stronger as well. So we'll speak about that as well, Eds. But if you are new to, obviously, Anfield Rod TV, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Put your bell notification on as well. There'll be a lot more content on the channel as well. And I want to say a massive thank you to everyone at Anfield Index as well. Helping me do what I love as well. So yeah, obviously just a little couple of time changes as well, so that I'll have a lot more time in the morning. So hopefully I can do a lot more preparation work for work, and then obviously do little bits and bobs on this channel as well. So yeah, thank you everyone, and massive thank you to everyone that's supported down the years as well. I'm able to just speak about football. And as you know, chat, if you watch me down the years, I've got a bit of a media background in terms of production stuff and all that. That's what my degree's in anyway, so I've got to use it. Start paying off the loan anyway. Get rid of the debt. But yeah, so yeah, I like doing that anyway, so I'm very privileged, very, very privileged. Still always learning, do make mistakes as well, but as I say to everyone, down the years, if you enjoy something you do, try and just keep at it, keep grafting as well, and just stay true to yourself and just keep on working hard, and hopefully one day that's why I don't like effing and jeffing on my watch-alongs anyway, chat, because you never know who's watching, and it's not really I know that might be a thing for other people, but for me personally, no, I'd kind of keep it a bit professional if I can. But try my best anyway. But you never know, Reds. So anyone out there, if you doing a hobby, or just keep on working at it, and hopefully eventually one day it certainly will, if you just keep on believing in yourself, and hopefully you have people along the way that believe in you and support you as well. That's the main thing. But Reds, yes, Liverpool got a big game tonight, and I say big game because, as we said, Barnsley did beat us all those years ago anyway, 2-1 at Anfield, a historic day on that afternoon as well. Could we get a repeat of that today? Hopefully not. Hopefully, certainly not. That is not the case anyway. We'll touch on the Conor Bradley bit at the back end anyway, because obviously the match is the main factor really. Big up there, Tom. How are we, bud? Yes, the fella. How are we, bud? And I won't mention the Everton game for you, like, unlucky. Jinxed it now, haven't I, Red? So hopefully Liverpool better get a win today. But yeah, so in terms of the Barnsley game, we'll get straight into that. Really, was it my camera? There you go. You can tell I haven't streamed on this channel in a while. There we go. It's all over the place. But yeah, Reds. Thoughts on this game? It presents another opportunity. I think if you have missed Arne Slot's presser that he done, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday anyway. And he was asked about obviously player selection and everything as well. But I think in terms of that annoyed me. I know last season, chat, in regards to getting beat by Plymouth. And I know everyone goes, and rightly so, Premier League and Champions League are paramount. But in an ideal season, Liverpool top of the league, We're top of the Champions League table as well. We were last year. That's fantastic. But in terms of, for me, I always loved the FA Cup. And mainly, I'd wished Liverpool had won it a lot more regular with Stevie G. Obviously, that famous 2005-2006 final as well. That screamer against West Ham. That's one of my favourite Liverpool memories as well. I still remember the Pepe Reina save as well, and how much of a mad game that was, and obviously a special moment for the players and special moment for the fans as well. If you went to that final as well, and one of the greatest, I still say, it's one of the best ever final goals. The fact that Stevie, and I think he's done numerous interviews down the years and just said he was absolutely knackered. So he was just last little kick of the game. He just put his foot through it and prayed that it ended up in the back of the net. And thankfully for us, it did. And yeah, a magical moment, and one of the many magical moments that this football club's been on. But for me, Liverpool are not doing so well in the Premier League, which is disappointing. But we like to be a bit greedy, but we won the league last year. But as long as we come back next year a lot more stronger, certainly a lot more stronger, a lot more quality in terms of the overall quality within the squad as well, which it will improve. But in terms of the way we're playing, I think if you ask any Liverpool fan, even Arnett and the players, they'll be deeply disappointed. And you can tell by the interviews they all do. They're frustrated like all of us. Really poor performances. But I think it presents an opportunity, especially in the Champions League. We've seen Paris Saint-Germain last season as well, where they grew into the competition, and hopefully, upon hope, Liverpool are quite similar in terms of always growing into the Champions League campaign. And the back end of this season as well, it will help the Premier League campaign as well, and especially if you finish strong in the Prem and in the Champions League, then it builds into the next season as well. And historically, that tends to be a big good factor, really, going into the new season as well for the following year. But in terms of the FA Cup as well, Reds, it's Barnsley that, as you can see there, they find themselves 17th in League One as well. They have been really poor this season. I'm not going to be honest, chat. I haven't watched much of Barnsley. I've just had a little look at the summer statistics as well. Yeah, find themselves in League One. And when you analyse League One as a whole, really, it's just some big teams down there. You've got Cardiff, who are top of the League One at the minute. You've got Bolton, what a big team that was. Luton Town, obviously, were in the Premier League 2 years ago. That's mad, isn't it? That's why I find it a bit mad that obviously the former Luton manager's in charge of Wolves now. So, yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, Reading, big following as well. Wigan Athletic, obviously previous FA Cup winners not too long ago under Martinez. They're in League One, huge football club. And Burton, and you got a couple of other names as well, and even a team like Plymouth that did beat Liverpool last season in this cup as well. So, yeah, it happened last year. It can certainly happen today. Hopefully that is not the case, but I think it's understandable why. What is it, chat? But yeah, in terms of the performance level, really, with regards to Liverpool tonight, we need to just continue trying to chip away at performances and continue to try to just keep level-headed, really, in terms of if we do go a goal down tonight, just stay confident. But it's that added saying, really, where we've seen, especially for many games this season, where we're at Anfield, we're expected to dominate, which we do dominate a lot of possession as well. But we are finding, certainly not just for this season, but for Arnett in the coming years, if he is to stay longer, if performances do pick up as well, and teams have always historically parked the bus at Liverpool. That's why Liverpool, as much as we dislike it, we say 2 titles in 5 years, but rivals say 2 titles in 30 odd years or whatever. But it is what it is. If Liverpool can somehow, of course, bring in elite level talent, certainly like players of Floody and Wirtz. Manchester City had one of the key catalysts really for their dominance as a football club was Silva as well. Bernardo Silva's done well anyway, but the other lad Silva, the Spanish attacking midfielder, I loved watching him as a player, but he was the catalyst alongside the likes of Vincent Kompany as well and a couple of other key players. But players of that ilk that can just like create opportunities from absolutely anything really, and just very much win your games of football as well. And the more players we have of that ilk, obviously will cost a fair bit of money anyway, but certainly as Florian Wirtz didn't cost, it wasn't cheap, but players of that mould, players of that nature. Curtis Jones, I feel, is one of those type of players. Not saying he's on certainly not, he's not even 10th of David Silva's quality anyway, and that's not a disservice to Curtis. Silva was one of the Premier League all-time players and one of Spain's greatest ever players as well. So yeah, and more technical, more controlling footballers as well. And I tell you, if Liverpool do get beat tonight, then the same headlined, which is understandable, because we know how the press does certainly work as well. But yeah, big up there is big up there she, big up there Bud. I get to your comments in a little second as well. Big up there Lee. Obviously, yeah, big up there, lad. How are we, Lee? Chat, do drop a like on the video as well, chat. I do apologise, I did say I was going to start today at 10, but hopefully it will be a 10 a.m. regular spot on the channel as well on Anfield Rod TV. I will be live certainly this evening on Anfield Index as well, so keep an eye on that as well, Reds. But yeah, it presents another opportunity, and Liverpool certainly do need to just keep on getting back to winning ways, really, Reds. I'm guessing it certainly has been very frustrating for all of us, really. But we need to perform. If we can't perform against Barnsley, then there's seriously big issues. And we say, and again, chat, how did you feel about Arne Slot's reaction in the press conference? I was very surprised, in all honesty. First and foremost, Arne Slot doesn't really be caring what the press is thinking. What he should be thinking is what the hierarchy at Liverpool should be thinking, what his players should be thinking as well. Which is understandable. It's difficult. Players, managers of every football club, they do see the noise, they listen to the noise as well. But he just needs to keep on believing in himself, Arne. And I know I've said in recent weeks that Liverpool's certainly been boring to watch in certain games, and I say that to an extent really where it's a case where Liverpool dominating possession, but we're not going anywhere with that possession. Arne Slot can see that himself, the players can see that themselves, and this is where it continues to come back to that deep lying, coming up against a low block. It's the emphasis is on Liverpool. It will be for the next 10, 20 years as well, for the history of this football club, as long as we continue to be successful and be at the top end and be competitive as well. The onus will always be on the likes of Liverpool, on the likes of Manchester City, likes of Arsenal, the big clubs, certainly not Manchester United at the minute. Could be another 30 years as well. But yeah, it's mad, mate. And Lee, what have you gauged from this coming into this game, mate? Are you confident? And that's the mad thing at the minute. And just quickly on Arne, apologies to wrap up. He just needs to focus on managing, being a head coach, and focus on the club as well, and focus on getting games of football won. But that noise will always be there for Arne, for any future managers as well, any head coaches, managers. That's why Jurgen Klopp, he was absolutely knackered. And everyone's going, oh, he literally looks, Jurgen Klopp, like 20 years younger as well. And I made up for Jurgen because he gave everything to this football club, as will Arne Slot as well. It'll be all the managers, they'll be up at like 2 o'clock in the morning every single night trying to come up with strategies, come up with like ways of getting Liverpool back to winning ways. But I think this season just been a combination of absolutely everything, really, good and bad in terms of on the pitch as well, in terms of performances, injuries as well. Liverpool certainly going to next season do need to get a squad, and I mean get a squad, no disrespect to the likes of Endo and some other players on the peripheral as well. Like this thing that we're doing with Harvey Elliott is an absolute disgrace, if I'm being honest. That lad loves his football club, don't be wrong. He's not on a level of Florian Wirtz, but what you want as a club, but mainly from an expenditure point of view as well, that's a £15-20 million player there. that you could have sold to go and get another player, put 20 million towards a Morgan Rogers or some other player, but mainly the squad depth from outside the 11 squad, say 11 to 12 to 13 players, the main core, but then you've got to have the quality as well. We had Xherdan Shaqiri, Origi, Minamino as well, building on that core of quality, really, for me. That's where Liverpool will continue to bridge the gap from this season going into next season as well. But Reds, yeah, it's as Lee's saying there, just pass the ball quicker. We have the talent. We have to show that we can play football and sides. We are getting more solid in defence, so it's just moving it faster than poor sides can adjust to as well. Yeah, and Lee, you've probably seen it in Reds as well. You've probably all seen like just silly individual errors this season as well, Reds. And that's why it's mad, really, because and confidence is key. Confidence is massive for not just Liverpool players, but for modern day footballers as well. Confidence, having that inner belief amongst yourself, really, that you can get results over the line, really. And this week and tonight is just another block to try and get over, really, and try and get over the line. And yeah, but there's a lot if buts and maybes really coming in tonight. There, if we can't get a performance, then I do worry for the next couple of weeks as well, because it's mad, and that's probably what's most frustrating for me. And don't know how you feel, Reds, is we'll put in a performance like that against Arsenal, but then the couple of weeks prior, not questioning the hunger and the desire, but certain games where you're just looking and going, lads, you can perform when it's against the big lads. Because you know, and this is what I was saying on the watch along this weekend as well, like probably all of us, before you went to the ground or you sat down and watched it with your mates and family and that, you're all looking at each other going, this could be a bar 2, 3, 4, something stupid, really. And that's where professional pride comes into it as well, in terms of players. They're going into that onto the pitch on the weekend as well, going on Thursday, Reds as well, and they were all looking at each other going, yeah, we can't allow ourselves to get battered. But have that same focus, have that same desire when you go up against Leeds. That's the difference maker. That's why Manchester City won 4 league titles on the bounce. 4 league titles on the bounce. Historic. But that's what Liverpool should be aiming for. That's what I wanted. That's what we all wanted as well. Very much coming into this season, we wanted to go back-to-back league titles. We know how difficult it is historically for a team to go back-to-back, and I was made up Daniel Sturridge. Daniel Sturridge is so good in the media, really. Just takes that, doesn't take no nonsense, really, from any pundit, really. And it's mad when you've got some pundits that played the professional football, played the game, that have been serial league winners as well, and then but it's all about getting the clicks in it. We're the media game. It's all about getting the clicks and driving debate, which is important, very important as well. But I'm made up that we got Daniel Sturridge, get him more on the air, on the Sky as well, just so we can back our corner as well, because we need it. Because some of the stuff Gary Neville, I get. He's not going to be saying any pleasant stuff, is he? Because he's an ex-Manchester United legend as well. But Sturridge done well in between, obviously, Roy Keane and Daniel Sturridge as well. But yeah, it's, as Lee said there, a team full of Szoboszlais as well. Yeah, Lee Chas, do we anticipate him to be the future captain of Liverpool? I personally do. And you know me, Chas, if you watched me down the years. I've grew to love Szoboszlai even more, really, in terms of he come into life to Liverpool, and for me, because I'd seen bits and bobs of him in the Bundesliga, I knew of his quality, I knew how good he could be, I knew how good he can certainly still be. I think he's still playing in second gear, really. There's a lot more gears of Dominic Szoboszlai to go up, and that's the positive thing for Liverpool, really. But yeah, as you said there, Lee, if we had 11 Szoboszlais, then I'm pretty sure he'd probably do a decent job in goal anyway. Hopefully we never find out anyway. But yeah, he's if there's one of the big positives to come out of this season is the holding of the shirt, really, from Dominic Szoboszlai. He's grew into the shirt even more. And for any of the players, especially younger players as well, especially a game like today against Barnsley, there'll be a lot of expectation. There'll be a lot of, obviously, Rio possibly starting as well tonight. But I think he's been tremendous. He's been certainly, don't want to jump ahead, but I think for any Reds player of the season for you, if it was to end today, I think him, Hugo Ekitike as well. Hugo's done exceptional. The only disappointing thing is just keeps on picking up some niggling injuries, really. Hopefully that gets behind him anyway, but doesn't help when you've not got both strikers fully fit as well. So yeah, hopefully next season we've got both of them fully fired, and sometimes both one coming off the bench for vice versa as well. So, but yeah, he's been it's got to be certainly a shout as well, Annie. Obviously, Salah possibly look like he's departing this season as well, Ed. So, yeah, and obviously Virgil van Dijk coming in. Van Dijk and Salah coming into the final year of their contract anyway. With centre halves, it might be a bit different. We've seen, obviously, John Terry and obviously Rio Ferdinand and even Thiago Silva, obviously the Brazilian centre half. He prolonged his career into the Premier League, into his late 30s, which Van Dijk could do, and he looks after himself as well, but just depends what direction Virgil wants, especially the game, goes in as well. Because if it's a more physical, demanding league and there's a lot less emphasis on playing a high line in certain games and certain seasons, then Virgil can certainly go on for a good 2-3 more years to come anyway. But just depends what Virgil's aspirations are. If he wants to stay at Liverpool, which I'm pretty sure he would be, but you never know what Virgil wants to do anyway. But yeah, Dom, chat, he could be a good one anyway. But as you said, chat, Barnsley do find themselves in terms of this season's campaign, sitting 17th out of 24 in League One. They are on 29 points. I think they are, like literally 4 or 5 points off the relegation zone anyway. In the last 5 games, they've had 1 win, 3 defeats, and 1 draw as well. So yeah, they've not been too good, really, in all honesty. But you look at who's above them. Plymouth Argyle sat on 30 points, of course. This time last season, Plymouth were in the Championship anyway, so we did get beat by Plymouth. But they've been, I'm surprised. You look at Plymouth, a side like Plymouth, they should be at the top end of the pitch, considering the expenditure, the quality of player. Well, should be quality of player anyway, but yeah, good to see Cardiff back up anyway. They've got a lot of quality, a good infrastructure as well, Cardiff. So them, it's mad when you don't have Cardiff and certainly Swansea as well, 2 clubs that were in the Premier League not too long ago. So Barnsley, in terms of this season as well, chat, just having a little look in terms of, we mentioned their squad position as well. In terms of the top goal scorers for Barnsley, for anyone not seeing anyway, you've got Davis Calais-Dunn. He's their top goal scorer. He's got 11 goals in League One. Second followed by Ray Cleary as well. In terms of creativity and top assister as well, you've got Ray Cleary as well. He's got 6 goals, so he's got 6 goals, 6 assists, and 5 assists as well. And then you've got Adam Phillips, who is second in terms of the assists in the League One. He's got 3 assists, and Luca Connell, he's got 2 assists as well. But in regards to looking at the couple of reports as well, Luca Connell is meant to be their player of the season so far. So one to keep an eye on, Reds. Couple of interesting. In terms of the attacking, Davis Calais-Dunn averages a goal every 0.55 minutes in League One as well. So 0.55 per 90 as well. So interesting, to say the least, as Reds. As I said, don't know a lot, really. Barnsley, very, very unlike me, really. There's no me chat. I do like to watch other leagues. Was watching the, was it Napoli? Inter Milan last night. That was a decent game, 2-2. And then, obviously, it was fantastic to watch Man United get beat as well. So, all good. But, Reds, let me know your thoughts. And big up there, Gary. How are we, lad? How are we, Gary? Chat, do drop a like on the video if you haven't already done so as well. Massively helps out, especially with the show starting up again. A couple of cobwebs on the channel in terms of the bit rusty as well. in terms of getting the videos back out there as well. There will be a couple of shorts along the way as well, Reds. Not quickly touching on there. So, chat, score prediction for the game tonight. I'm going to go, I'm hoping it's a 4-5-0 job, but at this point, you could get anything tonight. You could literally get a defeat. If it's the Liverpool that has turned up for a couple of times this season, well, more than a couple of times, a lot this season, then you can certainly wouldn't put it past this Liverpool team getting beat tonight. And that's mad that I'm saying that, chat, given the quality that we've got in our squad anyway, but it's just lack of confidence, really, lack of quality as well. But chat, let us know. I'm going to go big up there, Gary, get your score prediction and all that. No, you, Gary, you like your 9-0ers, don't you, mate? But hopefully we get one of them this season. It would be good to just give the confidence to the lads as well. But yeah, City won 10-1, didn't they, this week in the third round? But yeah, I'm going to go 3-0, Gary. I'll concur with you, mate. You've gone 3-0 Liverpool. Just win, Reds. It would be nice. Chat, would you be happy winning the FA Cup? I certainly would be. I know I mentioned at the top of the show, I want us to win the FA Cup this season. Of course, the priority is the Champions League. But if we can win the FA Cup along the way, as I said, it's not many times that we've won this competition in the last 20-odd years. Obviously, the Steven Gerrard final against West Ham, that was fantastic. And obviously, the Kostas Tsimikas goal from the penalty spot against Chelsea as well. That was it's a great moment. And I think the more we can get in the run of it, in terms of being in contention, a club like Liverpool should be in the final of every domestic trophy as well. Us and City, I think it's a disaster, really, if Liverpool or City aren't at least in the FA Cup semis and the League Cup semis as well, given the strength of both sides anyway. So yeah, let us know. I'm going to go 3-0 as well. Lee's gone with 3-0. Yes, 3-0 Reds. Would be nice if we could actually keep a clean sheet, but yeah, that's another show for another day anyway. Well, chat, that was a little summary, have a little discussion anyway in regards to the Liverpool's run tonight. So hopefully, chat, I will see you on Anfield Index as well. I will be live at 7:15 as well. And chat, it is a 7:45 kickoff. Bit of a weird time anyway. Usually it tends to be 8, but it's the FA Cup, innit? And don't get me started. Some of these games are not even on BBC, but it's ridiculous. It's not on normal telly, which is very disappointing, for not everyone has the privilege of having Sky or Virgin or whatever. So I think the fact that that football's been taken off the telly is a bit mad, in all honesty. But chat, a little bit on that, and then we'll quickly round off in regards to Conor Bradley. We've seen obviously this week, chat, very disappointing news in respect to Conor Bradley. I think in terms of his developments, in terms of his confidence, we're all just so deeply disappointed, really, that he succumbed to yet again another injury. Feels like he's been injured about 50 times already this season, but it was just a weird fall, a weird injury as well, and it wasn't certainly helped by the nonsense that Martinelli was doing. But putting that aside anyway, Conor Bradley hopefully comes back fitter and raring to go as well in a Liverpool shirt. But it does put a question over in regards to Liverpool. We've got Frimpong, you got Bradley as well, who have been seriously injured for a couple of times so far this season. But yeah, where does this leave Liverpool in terms of their quality, in terms of strength and depth down that right-hand side? It's not ideal, and especially the way in which Liverpool have been so inconsistent with regards to results so far this year and going into the next couple of seasons as well. I think having a solid back line, and especially down that right-hand side, and your full-backs are so important, not just for Arne Slot, but for any modern-day manager. You need to have a consistent basis, consistent foundation at the back. And that's where the confidence does build, even if you are losing games here and there or drawing games. As we've seen in recent weeks, we've improved in terms of not getting beat, but they're little small margins. We want to be going on a 9-game unbeaten run. That should be there certainly is the objective of this Liverpool side coming into the back of the season. But Reds, thoughts on the Conor Bradley bit? It's deeply disappointing, and I think for all of us, we wish him all very well in terms of his recovery, Conor. But it's just, he's absolutely cursed at the minute, and he really, Reds. And hopefully, if he is to come back now, he doesn't get injured again. But there'll be sports science, there'll be data and everything behind this as well in terms of when you're analysing it. It's just disappointing. The only good thing in terms of Conor Bradley is the age of him as well. He's at an age really where if he is to come back, he's got a lot more time to very much to recover and then go again as well. Age is on the side in regards to the injury as well. So all the best to Conor. Hopefully he comes back, and when he does come back fully fit, he'll be certainly ready to go as well. But yeah, it's just so annoying, I think, for all of us, but most importantly for Conor himself as well. He wants to nail down an opportunity down that right-hand side. And of course, with Frimpong coming in the summer as well, obviously it's just added more competition. But the more competition Liverpool have got, the more better chance Liverpool have got in terms of winning trophies as well. Without the injuries aside, with obviously Bradley and obviously Frimpong, I do feel that's one of Liverpool's key strong areas of our team in terms of the quality and squad depth. But everyone goes, "Oh, what's your favourite player?" But realistically, in a good season, you'd have both fullbacks fully fired and fully competing with each other as well. But at the minute, Liverpool just going through a period of time where, and it's just our luck really. Frimpong wasn't injured at all. Very rarely he was injured in the Bundesliga. So when he comes to Liverpool, but it's all about the new training regimes that all the players are coming into, and just needs to adapt really in terms of. But yeah, sadly, big up there, Ant. All good, bud. Hope you're all well, mate. Thank you for tuning in, fella. As I said, chat, if you are tuning in for the first time in a very long time anyway, that's draw. Hopefully, Ant, we do get a 6:30 chat. As I said, if you are watching these shows on a repeat, I will be getting back to doing regular shows on my channel in the morning, chat. So just keep an eye out. I will try and be very best to aim for 10 a.m. in the morning. But as I say, chat, the video will be here, a live video. I'll be doing a bit more content on the short side as well. So there'll be plenty of content to get stuck into as well, Reds. But Reds, massive thank you. As I say, Ant, as I say, Lee and Gary as well. Head over to Anfield Index at 7:15, or head over now as well. There's plenty of shot content there. Dave Davis has obviously done a great interview with Lewis Steele as well, obviously of the Daily Mail, getting his unique insight in regards to all things Arne Slot in terms of the future of Everton. Don't want to spoil it, so go over, Reds. But as I said, Reds, a massive thank you for the continued support on all down the years as well. Massive thank you to be putting me into the position that we do find ourselves today as well. So, but yeah, Reds, disappointing with Conor. Hopefully he comes back fitter and stronger anyway. But Reds, I'll see you very soon. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. tomorrow, Reds. Make sure you put your bell notification on as well. And yeah, we're speaking about hopefully a Liverpool win. Hopefully. Oh yeah, so yeah, we don't get a win tonight then, so we'll it'll be a bit mad in all honesty. But Reds, hopefully Conor gets back to full fitness quicker rather than later anyway. It's just hopefully just when he comes back he's just hits the ground running really as well. Could have been here for another 20 hours speaking about Martinelli and how much of a nuisance he is, but don't want to be wasting any more time anyway, of your time anyway, Reds. But thank you as always, Reds. If you are watching on the repeat, do drop a like on the video, do get involved in all the talking points that we've mentioned today as well. Obviously transfer window still open, so yeah, keep an eye on the channel as well. But Reds, I'll see you later. See you on Anfield Index at 7:15. Hopefully we'll see you there, Reds. But Reds, look after yourself as always. Thank you for the great support as always, and have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Enjoy the game, Reds.